Hello, I did a thing about Halloween earlier and I didn't mention the festival of Samhain, Samhain, many different pronunciations of this Celtic feast, this pagan festival, which marks the end of harvest in the same way that there was a festival in May which marked the beginning of the spring. And both of these festivals often linked with with the movement of cows from one pasture to another. And they were also, this particular festival was also a liminal festival. Liminal, wonderful word, which students who are looking into Gothic traditions, they would be familiar with this word. It's a doorway, it's a portal, it's a port, and we often know the word subliminal, but that's quite different, really. It's the opposite. But the liminal is about moving through, and spirits from one world can enter the other, and this probably is one of the links between Samhain and the festival of Halloween. But how do the two things get grouped together? Because the original festival in Christianity for the dead, the festival of the martyrs of the church, instituted by Saint Boniface the Fourth, was on the 13th of May, the day after my birthday, and that was moved by Alcuin. Now, Alcuin was one of these amazing Celtic intellectuals. He's the person who he was a mathematician. He was a friend of people across Europe. He was part of the court of the great Charlemagne, and he was a mathematician. One of his problems was the problem of the wolf, the goat, and the cabbage. I think if this were to be revisited at this moment, probably we would want the wolf, the goat, and the lettuce. But Alcuin was an influential person from Britain in Europe. He anticipated the European Union. He anticipated our role on the world stage. And he was responsible for the move of the Feast of All Hallows from May to November, from the time of one pagan festival to the time of another. And it's a better time, really. But this was a time the Samhain was celebrated with bonfires, with taking flames from the bonfire, bringing it into the home in much the same way as people, if you were to go to the Easter festivals in Greece, would take a candle from the church, take it to their home, and put the ash from the flame on their doorsteps, on the lintels of their doors, in sort of imitation of the way that people might have smeared the blood on their lintels in ancient Egypt in the Pascha tradition. But festivals can move, traditions can be created, traditions can be recreated, and in the same way that one would be mindful of hedgehogs as one builds one's bonfire, I think one should be mindful and careful in the way that one celebrates whatever one is celebrating at this time of year. We should come together. We should have thoughts about the past and the future. And now maybe as the clocks move, the clocks moving in the spring and in the autumn now, this again is part of that tradition of the Samhain festival, the festival of change, the festival celebrating change, and at the same time confirming that we are all the same and that we are a community. That's what the festival is about. And that's why so many of the Christian festivals anchor themselves onto the pagan festivals that preceded them. So many of the Christian festivals imitate the traditions of the pagan festivals, because those traditions are important. It is important to mark the passage of time.